When you live in a very poor neighborhood, there is nothing out there for you. There is nothing positive. There are no role models.
A lot of these kids do come from single parents, low income.
Some of the kids that I've worked with have talked to me about there's about 4 of them that share one room, don't have any beds, don't have couches.
There are kids who are dealing with street violence on a daily basis.
When I was growing up, there was drive-bys everywhere, and literally lived on the floor because you were so scared of the drive-bys.
I've seen a lot of people fighting in my neighborhood, and a lot of people taking drugs.
We've seen activity of gang members, shootings, and for these kids in that community, that's just a everyday experience.
In the neighborhood, you're all by yourself. There's no one you could trust. There might be people who could do bad things to us.
And so they're looking for any of these different places where they can find some acceptance and some love and some respect.
At the Salvation Army Youth Center, we provide a place that's safe for families and children. In a neighborhood that's high risk, poverty, crime, gang activity.
I will feel safer in the center than being out in the neighborhood.
The Salvation Army is like a second home to me. I could go there and I could just, have fun and just relax, talk to somebody if I need to.
It's a place where these kids can grow and flourish in anything they'd like to do, want to do, dream to do.
Primarily we're an after-school program, and so the kids come after school and they can participate in a lot of different activities.
We offer everything from recreational sports to we also offer tutoring for the kids.
We have the computers, we have the dance classes, we have the counseling.
The center's open at a real good schedule, and it was great because I was in a safe place. It's doing safe things, doing activities that were, productive for me.
And it doesn't matter where you come from, the love is there.
That is an integral part of our mission, is that we serve all people. And when I say all people, we're talking about diverse cultures, diverse religions, diverse lifestyles, and it's about embracing them all.
And there are no gangs, there are no drugs, and nobody says a bad word when they're there.
It made me feel safe. It made me feel okay, I could be here and nobody would criticize me or judge me or do nothing like that.
Well, the people there are really nice and helpful. They give us good advices, always pushing us to do good things and to never give up.
Every time I think of the center, I always think of it's a big angel with his wings wide open so the children can come in.
I feel safer in Salvation Army because they help me how to be better, and they teach me how to stay away from gangs.
We've had folks that have come back who grew up at our center, and they have used the term, "This place saved my life."
I actually met my husband there, so he actually was a gang member and left it because we were having so much fun there.
I take gratitude in knowing that I have made a difference in somebody's life.
And that love transforms children. It helps them feel that they're valued and that they're important. And when children feel important, that makes a big difference.
These kids who look like they could do nothing, or nobody would ever look twice at them to become anything special, but they've seen how they've succeeded and graduated through the program, gone on to college.
It's about getting kids off the streets and into a program that's going to enrich their life. It's going to transform them and make them incredible people. And it does.
If it wasn't for the Salvation Army Youth Center, I think that most of the kids would just be out in the streets, getting themselves in trouble, going into gangs or, just doing stuff that they shouldn't do.
If you can imagine that right now you represent the compass of the life of these kids. And right now, the needle on that compass for many of them is spinning wildly out of control. Your support, your gift, can be the compass on that needle that's going to point them in the right direction.
The community will benefit completely from first saving one child from going out and becoming a drug addict, becoming a gambler.
And that is a very important thing. I don't think too many children that come out of the Salvation Army are going to go to jail or prison because they have love and they have a future and they have people that care for them.
I love the children that the Salvation Army serves. They're beautiful, and even the rascals, even the ones that come that are a bit troubled, you can get to know them and realize that they are a beautiful creation of God, and it's a privilege to serve them.
Because everything that we do, everything that we say exemplifies the love of God for all people.
If you really want to make a difference in the lives of kids, if you really want to make a difference in society, if you really want to make a difference that will count, and there'll be people 10, 20, 30, 40 years from now saying, thank you, you gave me a chance to change my life. Now is the time, and to invest in kids right now while they're young, while they've got a chance to change. And if you'll do that now, who knows what could happen.
Camp is a place for at-risk kids to come and just be kids for a week.
The beautiful part about camp is it's a different element than what most kids are used to, particularly those who are from the inner city.
A young person that comes to a Salvation Army camp will find, first of all, God's love expressed through the staff members and the people they meet there.
I remember the first time I went, I was really scared. I've never been away from my home.
Camp is an extremely transformational experience in the life of a kid.
They get to experience a loving staff, people who love them genuinely, which may not happen at home.
When they come to camp, they sit at a table with their cabin and their counselor, and they share a healthy meal and conversation, and you get that family experience.
And the staff over there at camp, they made everything really peaceful and happy.
Camp is a place where kids can learn and practice values. It's a place where kids can learn and experience community.
And it was really fun, the swimming, playing sports. Arts and crafts was one of my favorite.
The major difference between a Salvation Army camp versus any other camp is we take anybody. We give every child an opportunity to experience this week, regardless of how much money their family may have and their background.
We will often see the same children in camp year after year after year after year. And so there's some wonderful continuity that can be built in having a kid come back from one year to the next year and to the next year.
And we'll take them and we'll give them a 5-day adventure that they'll never forget.
I was so happy that they gave me the opportunity to go to camp, in which I've never been to camp.
The thing I liked most was hiking.
They're so busy. They're eating, they're hiking, they're doing all kinds of things, and the children are just a team. And it's just like a scream of happiness, and it warms the heart, and you know those children are happy. When they go home, their life is going to be completely different.
A Salvation Army camp is all about love. Really, if you wanted to describe it in one word, it would be about love, the unconditional love of God to the children, and the love of the staff.
Each child that walks through the gates of camp, their lives are going to be changed.
The way camp can be transformational in the life of one of these kids is that camp is an environment where we can present risk and adventure to kids that result in positive outcomes.
And at the end, we did a big race and I won a medal. It was really happy for me because I won a medal in camping.
I think the DNA of the Salvation Army is that we really believe that people can be transformed, that people's lives can be changed totally.
A girl that came out to camp talked about how it really did save her life. She talked about committed suicide several times. Nobody had any love for her, and she felt all alone. But it was one trip to summer camp that, you know, it gave her that sense of empowerment.
There's a hope that gets put into their lives, and this hope and this vision, it sets them in the right stead. So they leave camp one summer and they go back a different person.
You can see the light go on, and you can see the smile on their face when they figure out, yeah, I am valued, I am a person that God loves, and these people love me. It's a wonderful thing.
If it wasn't for the Salvation Army, I think that most of the kids would just be out in the streets, getting themselves in trouble, like going into gangs or, you know, just doing stuff that they shouldn't do.
If you can imagine that right now you represent the compass of the life of these kids. And right now the needle on that compass for many of them is spinning wildly out of control. Your support, your gift, can be the compass on that needle that's going to point them in the right direction.
The community will benefit completely from first saving one child from going out and becoming a drug addict, becoming a gangbanger.
And that is a very important thing. I don't think too many children that come out of the Salvation Army are going to go to jail or prison, because they have love and they have a future and they have people that care for them.
I love the children that the Salvation Army serves. They're beautiful, and even the rascals, even the ones that come that are a bit troubled, you can get to know them and realize that they are a beautiful creation of God, and it's a privilege to serve them.
Because everything that we do, everything that we say exemplifies the love of God for all people.
If you really want to make a difference in the lives of kids, if you really want to make a difference in society, if you really want to make a difference that will count, and there'll be people 10, 20, 30, 40 years from now saying, thank you, you gave me a chance to change my life. Now's the time, and to invest in kids right now while they're young, while they've got a chance to change. And if you'll do that now, who knows what could happen.